Hello and welcome to another episode of Electronic Cafe Celebrates. 84, what a year. Another amazing album, Hysteria, the fourth studio album by The Human League. How do you follow up an album like Dare though? Dare was a huge worldwide success. And they kind of struggled to make a successful follow-up, and the sessions for Hysteria were fraught with problems.
It was indeed the Human League's fourth album, released in May '84, but the second studio album after their split with the original Human League, and 3 years after Dare, and 3 years in the early '80s was a lifetime.
The album title itself is taken from the problematic recording period, so you got producers Martin Rushent and Chris Thomas both left the project, which would be finished eventually by Hugh Pagden. Hysteria attained relatively lackluster success in comparison to its multi-album predecessor, but there were 3 singles from the album, reached the top 20 of the UK singles chart, and the Lebanon was the only single to chart in the US, peaking at number 64.
Following Dare, there were 2 great filler releases, as in Love and Dancing, the remix album, and a Fascination EP, which contained the 2 great singles Mirror Man and Keep Feeling Fascination. And perhaps if these 2 songs replaced any 2 songs on Hysteria, alongside the singles Louise, Life on Your Own and The Lebanon, albeit with its naive lyrics, perhaps Hysteria would generally be regarded more positively across the board.
The album peaked at number 3 still in the UK and was gold certified, denoting shipments in excess of 100,000 copies.
Hysteria was clearly a problematic second album, and it sounds exactly like an album that was made under extreme post-platinum pressure.
Look, I love The Human League anyway. I think Hysteria is an album worth listening to, definitely worth celebrating. I think the problem was that Dare set the bench so high, it was almost always going to be impossible to make that tough follow-up and be anywhere as good, because Dare was kind of one of the epic albums of that whole period.
3 years later, another very different band from Sheffield released an album called Hysteria, which fared generally better, I would say.
But I think Hysteria is definitely worth celebrating, pretty much anything by The Human League. So check it out, Hysteria by The Human League. Happy anniversary.
And he hurried out across before she walked away. Then he approached her like a little child, too scared for what he had to say. Hello, Louise, remember me? The harsh words that were spoken, but after all the anger, the shouting and the tears, you found your heart was broken. Fight the tears, fight the fever, don't give in, soul deceiver, so hard with the pain you can't hide. I guess you think I ran out, but that's not true. Other people settle down, I never do. I always have to move on, just have to go. I've often wondered why that is, I'd like to say, but I just don't know. I guess you always wanted life on your own. We spoke about the time and place of our first meeting. Without a word I knew, you knew that I cared about you. I love you too much, I love you too much. She is so